Hey guys, Rob here. Today's video, we got a lot to do. So in this video, we got a 48-hour trip and have minimal food, minimal water. We're gonna do some catching and cooking and just surviving off the land. All right, so we got my new tent that I purchased and we're gonna go ahead and set this thing up. This will be my first time sleeping in this tent, so I'm really excited to test it out. It's gonna get pretty cold tonight too, so. All right, so we're running out of light pretty quickly. I think we got maybe 40 minutes or so left. So we got the tent set up and everything, and I'm just gonna get my sleeping stuff out and set up inside the tent here. All right guys, so we got the tent set up, got all my sleeping equipment inside the tent and everything, and so far it's looking really good. So I want to give you guys a quick tour as always. I got my flex tail lantern hanging there for some interior light, and 2 pillows, sleeping bag, mattress. There's the foot box. We got like 30 minutes left to light, and right now it's probably pushing 65 right now, but it's supposed to go down into like the upper 40s tonight. So we're gonna see how this tent works. I think it should keep me pretty warm. This is all the water I brought along. This is 1.5 liters. This is for tonight's cooking and drinking, and then it should be enough just to get me to the pond. From the pond is where we're going to start filtering water, and that's what we'll pretty much just live off of for the next 36 hours or so. As far as food goes, I only brought one meal, and that's for tonight. I didn't eat anything all day. I typically skip breakfast, so, and lunch, really. I only eat maybe once a day. I might have like a snack or something light, like midday, but typically I don't even touch breakfast unless I'm camping, and I really don't eat lunch. So that's how most of the times, like, my meals out here are pretty good sized meals, because, you know, I need to make up for the whole day. But I'm just used to that. I don't know. Some people say it's weird, but it's just how I am. So as far as food goes, I actually bought a Mountain House meal tonight, and this is the pasta primavera. 2 packs of chicken to throw into that, and then I have just a couple of peanuts, and that's it. And that's like a honey roasted peanut, something sweet for dessert if I want something sweet after that. Other than that, all I have is flour and oil. So we're gonna catch and cook tomorrow, and I plan on just pretty much flouring the fish, dumping it in oil, and eating that. It's not going to be any rice with it. It's not going to be any other starches or carbohydrates. That's it. It's just going to be just fish all day tomorrow, and then probably for breakfast Sunday morning. So as you guys can see, when I first started this video up, it was pretty much pitch black, and right now it is 5:52, and sun's completely down. We got maybe 10 more minutes before it really starts getting dark out here. Man, I miss when it got dark at like 8-9 o'clock, you know, like I just felt like you could do more throughout the day, especially like when you're camping and stuff. So reason why we didn't hike straight to the pond when we got here is because I was on a time crunch getting started today, and I just wouldn't have had enough time to hike that distance and then get set up comfortably. It would have been pitch black darkness by the time I got there, and I didn't want to have to be scrambling around. So that's why we're here. We're like part of the way there, so we'll camp here, and then tomorrow morning early we'll get up, and it's going to be nice and cold, like 47 degrees, and we'll get up, pack all this stuff up, no breakfast, no coffee, no nothing, and we're just gonna head straight to the pond. But I just wanted to talk to you guys before it got too dark. It's pretty cold out here right now, and I'm just in this little thin UV shirt, and it's probably like 57 right now, but I got my food rehydrating in the tent, and I'm gonna go ahead and climb in there and get nice and warm. So I'm gonna eat my dinner and see you guys in the morning. Peace. Morning. Show you guys the tent here from the inside now that there's light out. So I just slept with my backpack up here, and this is the storage spot. This little, like, these pockets worked really great. I actually really liked how they put these pockets here in that area, and then down here at the bottom, feet. Up at the top. But yeah, this tent kept me really warm last night. It got so cold. I think it was because I was just sitting out there, not moving or anything, and with the wind and stuff, out of nowhere I just started like almost shivering. And then I climbed in here and it was like 10 degrees warmer, and definitely did its thing in here for sure. It got as low as 45 degrees, but felt great. You know, I slept in my little UV shirt I'm always wearing, and I just got inside of my sleeping bag, and it's perfect. So it's time to get up, hike to the pond, catch us some breakfast because I have no more food, and I could go for some fish. So let's go. All right, so I'm all up and ready to go. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break all this stuff down, pack it up, and start heading out of here. Yeah, so we got like a 4-mile hike or so to the pond, and that's where we're gonna go catch our breakfast. For whatever reason, I'm definitely hungry this morning, so I'm anxious to go get to that pond. All right. If you're ever out and you see stuff like this, all these broken pines, and it stretches way out there, over 100 yards, I see nothing but broken pine trees. It's all rotting. Don't even think about camping in an area like this. Because chances are you're gonna have one of these trees come down on top of you. Just gonna stop here for a little break, just to catch up on some water. This is all I got left here, so it's a little less than half this bottle. But yeah, we got like 2 more miles to go before we get there. Once we do, I'll top all this off and stuff, but this is the last of my water. Normally I would never even attempt to try this, coming out with no food and limited water like this, because you get out here sometimes and the elements will creep up on you. Yeah, all we got to do is make it to the pond, and we'll have drinking water, and then we'll have something to eat because of the fish. So I'm hoping that the fishing's good, because temperature's been getting pretty cold, and sometimes the fish are less active. So fingers crossed. So fishing might be a little bit difficult here because there's water all the way up the embankment. So you guys see this right here in front of us? This is all saturated, and then we got the rest of the pond there. And last time I was here, all this was dry, but right up 10 feet from the water, it was kind of like floating grass. And This isn't looking too good. And then we got all this fresh hog activity right all along here. Oh man. We may not be able to catch the amount of fish I was hoping for. We might still be able to catch one to eat. Just have to try to drag them up through all that grass to here. That'll be hard. So first things first, now that we're here, I think we're gonna go ahead and collect some drinking water. And then after that, I think I'm gonna try to catch a fish to eat. So, and then probably set up the tent and everything else. So I'm having second thoughts about this area, about camping here, because I was gonna set up just like 30-40 yards away back there, but all along right here in front of me, the hogs have rooted all this up. Back over there where I want to fish, hogs have rooted it all up. It all looks really fresh too. Let me show you guys here. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but they've been blasting through here. And there's a little trail here. Looks like they've been using this little trail here to get to the water over here. So all this is just all rooted up. And if you notice stuff like this here, this is green, so this is pretty fresh. So they just tore this thing up. Maybe even this morning, if I had to guess. See, this is all fresh. So I don't know if it's, see, even more here. Let me go ahead and switch the camera angle back. All right, so I just decided to thoroughly inspect my camp area a little bit better, and there's just way too much hog activity, fresh hog activity in this area. And it wasn't like this last time I came here. So I don't know if it's like the time of year or what, but all this in front of me has all been freshly uprooted. I was gonna set up my tent right here in front, about 10 yards away. There's more stuff that looks like it was uprooted back there. And then, so I was gonna put my tent right here like I did last time. And there's like a little pathway here and stuff. Not a big deal, but I mean, look right here. It's all uprooted, dug up. It's all dug up there. And then right behind this bush, or this palmetto bush, right behind it, all here, this whole section right here has been uprooted, and this whole section right here. And literally, if you just go right through here and around that, 10 feet away from here, that's where I'd have my tent. And this spot right here is actually where I had my first hog encounter. I set up my land shin right here behind this bush right here, and this hog came running through here like 8 feet away from my tent. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to catch something to eat, Probably load up on some fish if we can, and then just go find somewhere else to camp for the night. I don't think it's a good idea to camp here now with all this fresh activity and stuff. It's just not worth it in my opinion. All right, so I decided to come farther back, and lo and behold, this little platform thing that I'm on used to be nice and flat and level, and now it's not, because the hogs have ran through this place. So I decided to come farther back because I wasn't catching anything where we were the first time, and we gotta get something to eat. So let's go. Wish me luck. Finally got one, guys. Finally. I've been fishing for at least an hour, and put on multiple baits. I was starting to get worried, but so I set this down. Finally got a bass. This water is cold. This fish is extremely cold, and this one is gonna eat really well. Starting to get worried that I wasn't going to catch a fish to eat. But yeah, water temperature is extremely cold, and that's why these fish are just really hard to get to bite right now. So I'm going to put this guy on a stringer. Oh, like I said earlier, I've been throwing multiple baits, and I've just been slightly downsizing the baits because I know that this cold weather, these fish are not likely to bite. This is the bait I caught them on, little curly tail. Yeah, I figured if I had a smaller presentation that maybe a bass would be more likely to go for it. Got another one, guys. This one here is a little smaller, but we're eating. Another bass. And we're gonna put him on the stringer, and that way we have some breakfast for tomorrow, because I gotta be up early and get out of here, and I don't know how the bite's gonna be. It's supposed to be even colder tomorrow morning. All right, guys, so we're able to catch 4 fish. So I'm gonna have 2 for lunch, and then I'll save the other 2 for dinner tonight. And I'm just really thankful for it, because I mean, the bite was incredibly slow today, and I was kind of worried about that, and I was starting to wonder if I was even going to catch anything at all. But yeah, so we got the 4 fish. One is probably like 15, 16, and then the rest are smaller than that, which is like the perfect size. I don't want to keep big fish out of this particular pond. I want them to get bigger. But yeah, so I'm just really thankful for that. I got something to eat now. So I'm gonna go ahead and fillet some of these fish up before we go look for another spot. On the way in, I did see another spot that was really close to here. Only thing, it's kind of by a roadway, but I'm thinking we might just end up going there. I'm hoping that there's no hog activity. This place is insane with the amount of uprooting that the hogs have done here. Definitely do not want to sleep here tonight. So I'm gonna fillet up these fish real quick and get back to you guys. We just went on a massive journey and hiked back to where we camped yesterday. Reason being is because every spot that I found was just riddled with hog activity, and more than I've ever seen. And there were a lot of areas with like palmettos and stuff, thick palmetto bushes and stuff. And from what I know, those hogs like to make dens and those types of things. So every spot that I found either had too much hog activity or hog activity nearby, and then massive palmetto like thickness. All right, and I didn't feel safe. So we hiked like what, 5 more miles back to our original campsite, and we're just gonna spend the night here. I still got the fish. We got to cook that up real quick because we're losing light again, just like yesterday. So I'm just gonna set everything up and then get to cooking, and I'll bring you guys right back. Haven't had anything to eat since last night, and we hiked about 8 miles today, 8 or 9 miles, I think. This is all that meat that we got here. We're just gonna cook all of it up. I was gonna make some for lunch, but it was just, there was a lot going on, and I wasn't really sure what we were gonna do as far as camping there. It smells fine still, but we're still gonna rinse it. Cut them into little chunks like that there. That's good. Tell you one thing, we ain't going to bed hungry. What I have here is chili and lime seasoning. This is so good on seafood, guys. I'm gonna put a picture up in case you guys want to try it. I'm just gonna sprinkle some of the seasoning right on top, just like that. If you guys haven't had this seasoning before, it is one of my all-time favorites for seafood. Here we go, first bite. That smells really good. It's hot. first thing I've eaten in 24 hours, and it is amazing. Good morning. This is day 3, and this is our last day here. I slept in pretty well. I think I got up at like 8. It's just really nice. I was a little bit more comfortable this time because I kind of knew more how to arrange my sleeping setup inside. Other than that, tent kept me warm, sleeping bag, everything was real good. No breakfast this morning, fortunately, because we ate all of our breakfast last night, which was the fish. Now, if we would have camped at the pond, I would have kept 2 of those fish on a stringer and in the water. That way, when we woke up, we could have fried something up. But because we didn't camp there, I had to bring everything with me and cook everything tonight. Otherwise, it would have all went bad, and I didn't want to do that. So all we have for breakfast today is some flavored pond water. And this just has like some sugar-free juice flavor packets in it, and I'm gonna have some of that right now. It's good. Yeah, not really much else to do. I'm gonna end this trip here shortly. I'm gonna pull my rain fly off the tent, flip it out, let it dry in the sun, and then in the meantime I'll start packing everything else up. You know, my first night sleeping out here, early in the morning, I think it was like 5 a.m. Yeah, I woke up at 5, and I opened up my tent and just left the mesh on, and I could see the stars. Man, the sky was so incredibly clear. It was just lit up with stars, and I could see Venus and everything. It was just like really bright. I could see all the constellations, and I tried getting a couple of pictures on my phone, but it's just too dark out here. So what I want to do is I want to get another camera, because I do all my recording, or 90% of my recording, on my GoPro, and I may use my phone here and there, but I want to get like a designated camera for B-roll shots, and even stuff so that way I could look up at the night sky, where I can change maybe even the ISO settings a little bit more. That way I can bring you guys some better quality content. But yeah, it was just such a bummer that I couldn't share that with you guys. Just about finished packing up, and I hear something crashing through, and I'm like, what the heck? And it's like a 6-point deer, like 30 feet away from me. And then he looked up, he saw me, looked at me for a couple of seconds, turned around and took off. Otherwise I would have got it on film. But yeah guys, it's been an excellent trip, and I don't think it could have gone any better than it did. Had a lot of fun, looking to come back out. I got another trip planned. It's a couple of counties away. I think I'm gonna try to do like a 2 or 3 day trip on that one as well. And it's like a 20-mile loop trail with primitive campsites along the way. So I just have to book them in advance, plan it all out and everything. If you guys like the video, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, subscribe if you're new, share the video with somebody. It really helps get the content out there so other viewers can see it, and you know, I really appreciate it. So until next time guys, hope to see you on the trail with me. Peace.